Welcome to the High Ticket Success Podcast, where premium coaches, consultants, and advisors come for bold strategies, big breakthroughs, and real results. I'm your host, Dave DeBow. If you've been in business for any length of time, you probably know that the absolute best clients or customers you can get are those that have been referred to you by your existing clients, your happy clients telling their friends, their family members, their associates about you. That's the number one best way that I've ever seen to get new clients. But the question is, how good are you? How good am I at actually getting these referrals? Well, I can tell you what, I'm not as good as I could be, that's for sure. And today's guest, zooming in from the rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, Ivana Taylor knows a lot about that. So that's what we're going to be chatting about with Ivana. Welcome to the show.
Thanks so much, David. Really appreciate your having me on, especially
Yeah.
for this conversation.
Well, why did this kind of really resonate with you? What was kind of your initial kick at the can with referrals where the light bulb went off and said, "Hey, this is a great way to get new customers."
Well, everyone knows. And you ask any small business owner, they're going to tell you, where do you get most of your customers? Referrals. 80% of all new business comes from referrals, especially from small business owners and professional services folks. But let me tell you something, Dave, that I did not realize is that no one, and I am not kidding you, if there is a percentage, it is a small one, treat referrals as a system, as a process. Referrals are like this happy accident. Oh, yippee.
Yeah.
And many, many years ago, I think probably about 25, 26 years ago, I was working with a sales guy who was a Sandler sales guy, and he started
Uh-huh.
talking about referrals as a system. And I have a manufacturing background. So I was like, yes, like, how did I miss this?
Right.
And that was my light bulb moment on creating not just referrals, but a system of referrals that consistently generates your ideal customers. And it's not just from your existing customers.
Well, good point. So, Ivana, tell me a little bit about that initial experience you were in manufacturing. We don't always think of referrals in manufacturing, but like you say, it's huge. So, what impact did that have on that business for you once you started doing it?
Oh, it I don't even know how to verbalize this. You can hear me sort of stuttering around because that's how profound it was. And I'm going to tell you about this system, which I just mentioned was 26 years ago. This is prior to social media, prior to a lot of internet things, just before LinkedIn. And there's a lot to be learned about developing systems and processes and what I call success behaviors. Every salesperson will tell you that. It's not
Mhm.
just closing the deal, it's doing the right behaviors every single day. And that's what this referral system is all about, that it is a process that is repeatable,
Mhm.
that is reliable, but like a lot of things that we haven't done, there are some uncomfortable aspects to the process that all I will say is when I did the uncomfortable thing, it worked like a charm.
Okay, well, you got my curiosity going. So let's paint a picture for you, Ivana, if you don't mind. Walk us through how you would suggest this person do a referral system. So let's say somebody's watching this and they are a high ticket consultant. Let's say they're in the B2B space, they work with corporate clients and they want more of them and they like this idea of referrals, but they've been very hodgepodge about it. It's been a happy accident, like you said, to date. How can they set up a referral process or system like you're talking about?
It is so easy. I'm going to give this to you in a few minutes.
Perfect.
Step number one, you need to actually develop. So there's some work, pre work in the process. So step
Darn,
number
you mean
one,
it's not like something we could just turn on and automatically
no,
do?
you need
We
to
have to do some work?
prepare,
Okay.
right? You need to prepare. Like all good
Fair enough.
salespeople, you got to prepare, right? So step number one is you're going to work on yourself. And that is you're going to develop what I call a referral guideline. This referral guideline is on a piece of paper, and think about it as a product sheet that you're going to share with those people who you will work with to refer you. And on this referral guideline, you're going to have like your name and your business and, and a short description, right? Like I do low cost marketing, right? You want to do marketing on a budget, you're going to call me. See how like something simple that's going to stick in your head, right?
Got it.
Then you're going to describe who your ideal customer is. And I mean in very visual forms. Like I have to be able to recognize this person at a cocktail party.
Mm.
So you're going to say something like these people are manufacturing companies with multiple locations, or maybe they manufacture a specific kind of thing, or like, whatever that specific description is.
Whatever
right?
your avatar is, your
Exactly.
yeah.
But then you're going to do something that very few people do. Now you're going to give a list of phrases that your ideal customer will use so
Mm.
that I should know to refer you. Let me give you a concrete example. I have a
Yeah.
friend who's in the financial planning business. Now, there's a million of those people, right?
Yeah.
But she is a financial planner for women going through divorce.
Ooh.
So some things that I might hear at a cocktail party is, and Lord knows at my age, I've been hearing a lot of that.
My girl, my husband. Da, 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 da.
Or
Yeah.
right, like, how you been? I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, I'm going through a divorce.
Mhm.
And then you're getting this, in my investments and my this and my that. That is something that somebody will say that should make me say, hey, I have this friend Donna. This is exactly what she does. I have this friend Patty. This is exactly what she does. So you see how that phrases they might say that should make
Yeah.
me think of you, right? Then
Yeah.
you're going to talk about these are actually that's a whole lot. And then how am I supposed to refer you? And there's
Yeah.
only one answer to this question.
Okay, what's the answer?
It's so easy. Please do not sell your friend, your referral person. Just say, oh my goodness. My favorite phrase is, I know this woman. I know this guy. This is exactly what he does. Can I set up an introduction for you? This is
So,
golden.
so what is exactly what she does? Like you don't want the person to sell you, but if somebody says, I know this gal, this is exactly what she does, what is exactly
Well,
what she
and it
does?
depends on your conversation. Let's use my this
The
women going
divorce
through
thing.
divorce, right? So
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
having just a natural conversation.
right.
And this person says, yeah, I'm going through divorce. I really am not sure if 401k, right? They're talking about financial
Yeah.
things. So I might say, it sounds like you're really wondering how you're going to take care of your assets and what you're going to do with your investments now that you guys are breaking up. She's like, yes, exactly. Well, I know this woman.
Hmm. That's exactly what she does.
So
Yeah.
it takes listening skills,
Hmm.
right, to do that. And finally, the last section of this is that there's some other details, but like we're glossing. The
Yeah, yeah,
last section of this referral guideline is how can I thank you? Because different people, you want to thank that person for that referral. Sometimes that is like an affiliate fee or part, like a referral fee. A lot of consultants use referral fees, right? Sometimes it's just a thank you. If you're working with the government, if you're working with certain kinds of people, you're not allowed to give them gifts. So, like, this is where you have to be really, really thoughtful. You might give them a book, a handwritten note. Get creative with those types of things. But that referral guideline, Dave, is critical. Okay. And it's going to come back to play. Step number 2, you're going to make a list, just like every multi level marketer, you're going to make a list of 250 people. You're going to go through your LinkedIn profile. You're going to go through your email. You're going to go through whatever with your little hands. Type in their name, their email. It's important that you do this manually. Do not be exporting crap. Do this with your little hands because then you're going to have a note and you're going to say, how do I know this person? Why is this person important? Blah, blah, blah. You want to give your brain some time to think.
right.
Now you got that list. Step 3, you're going to segment that list. Now, each person can only be in one segment. They're going to be multiple,
Hmm.
but you have to choose one. The
Pick a
first
bucket to put
one,
them in. Yeah.
you got to put them in a bucket. So
Yeah.
the first one is that they're going to be like friends and family, right? Your insiders. I call those people insiders.
Right.
Now, an insider they could be a client. Here's the key distinction. An insider will give you honest, valuable feedback.
Mm.
If you ask them for something, they're going to help you. right? They're going to help you just because you asked.
Okay.
So there's those people. Then you have partners. Partners are people who sell to the same ideal customer, but they sell something completely different. Okay. I
Got
don't
it.
know if I can think of anything. Okay, let's say you've got let's use our financial planner person,
Hmm.
right? She's a financial planner, but maybe you need a CPA.
Right.
Same
Accountant.
customer,
Exactly.
different offer,
Yeah. Non-competing.
non-competing.
Yeah.
The third one is what I call your influencer. This is your trusted advisor, not always a CEO. An influencer, which is why I use the word influencer, is an expert in a specific conversation. I am not an expert in financial planning. I'm an expert in low cost marketing and tools and strategies. People, when I say this is a good tool for you, they're going to do that. If I say go invest in this, they probably should not do that.
Hmm.
That's an influencer. So now you've made your list. Now
Right.
we come to the last step, which is now you're going to, this is the repeatable part. Now you got to talk to these people. You're going to start with your insiders, like every good sales rep. Practice with them.
Right. They're a lot more forgiving.
So forgiving, and they're going to give you that valuable voice of the customer and
Oh,
help you deal with your referral guideline.
got
This
it.
is the uncomfortable. So now you're having meetings with insiders. You've done your guideline. Now you're going to go with partners and you're going to have those meetings and so on and so forth, right? Your goal is to create like a stable of folks who want to play this game with you, right?
Hmm.
You're going to create a group, a little mini network of people, and you're
Right.
going to meet with them constantly. Here's the uncomfortable part. And I am not too ashamed to admit this because my fatal flaw is that I don't like to follow processes and I got to do it my own way, blah, blah, blah. You must
I hear you.
use the referral guideline. Do, and when I say you use it, you get on this meeting, and I'd be Dave. I'm going to be building my business by referral. I've created this referral guideline. I would like to review it with you. And then you review that document
Right.
word for word because now that person, there is space and time and grace for things to be happening.
Okay.
And then the magic of the process is that you are doing this every day. But I'm telling you, you're going to think you know better. And I'm telling you, when I use the referral guideline, when I follow that process, just as I've explained it to you, clients start dropping in. It is your fastest path to cash. And the
Wow.
only thing it costs is your time.
Well, beautifully well put together. Is that pretty close to what you did 26 years ago, or has that evolved over time?
It has absolutely evolved. I'm glad you brought that up, right? Because 26 years ago, it was a phone,
Hmm.
right? And I was literally, I had set goals for myself, and this is important too. You want to set like yes, no, behavior based goals. I like to
Yeah.
talk about success behaviors. So the success behaviors is I'm going to have so many phone calls a day, so many meetings a week, right? Like that's something I can control. I either
Yeah.
did it or I
Not
didn't.
the outcome of those conversations, but just having the
Just
conversations.
having the conversation, right? That's what you got to do.
Hmm.
The other thing that's different now is that it doesn't have to be face to face. It doesn't have to be, look at us. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
you, you don't know me. But now, we
You're
have
connecting on Zoom. It's beautiful. Yeah.
it happens on Zoom. So you can do that on Zoom. You can think about how many more people you could reach through LinkedIn, through different building relationships. But please do not pitch people. Do not connect and pitch people. That is so bad.
Hmm.
Build that's why I enjoy doing things manually, and there's so much to be learned from the old-fashioned way of doing it
Hmm.
because that is a more authentic relationship. And I'm going to tell you, people, I am a digital marketing expert person, and I'm going to tell you all that digital marketing stuff is not working right now. What is working are face-to-face relationships.
Yeah.
One way to use digital marketing and outreach online is exactly what you did, Dave.
Hmm.
You reached out to me. We have not talked. We have not done anything, but your systems were consistent. Your reminders were consistent. That tells me a lot about you. So you can make that digital marketing impression, but in a much more personal way.
Oh, exactly. That's the whole key to the system for me, Ivana, is yeah, I reach out online, but then connect on a more personal basis. So my whole first step with pretty much anything I do is give value first, invite the person to be a guest on my podcast, start the relationship, see if there's a some sort of synergy there. And then if there is, great, that might lead into doing business of some sort. If there isn't, that's okay. You still provided value. All that, it's great. Okay, so getting back to your referral process, which is brilliant. Thank you so much for laying that out in detail. I really appreciate that. Anybody who listened to that can do that. So let's say they actually follow through. Hint, hint, follow through is huge. Do it. Right. You got the 250 people. We've sifted through that. We've got our three buckets. We got your insiders, like you mentioned. Then you've got the influencers were the last bucket. The middle bucket
It's
were
the partner.
partners, right? Partners, people that are I'm sure there might be some folks that don't quite fit in the bucket or just, you know, aren't going to be a good fit for whatever. What do you typically see out of those 250 if percentage wise in the buckets? Do you have a rough idea of how that kind of plays out?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you exactly how it plays out. And I'm so glad you are like my straight man. I'm telling you, people, we don't know each other. But you know that what's going to happen is you're going to start with these 250. Why? Because you got to start somewhere. But here is what's going to happen. Now, this is where my little manufacturing thing comes in, right? Very rarely will any of those 250 be an actual client. Right. They might. That would be nice. But you know what they're going to do? They're going to refer you to someone else. And then what do? You take that, you put that name on your list, and you're going to whittle down through that 250. And it is going to take some time.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
This is an ongoing experience. When I was doing corporate turnarounds and that type of a consulting, it took me, I'm not going to lie, right? Projects came in and all that stuff, but to get that system just exactly how you want it to where it's like amazing. And I did this while I was like a mom. I had an
Yeah.
infant. Um, to just make it all work,
Mhm.
it's going to take some time. I'm not going to lie to you people. Can you do it in 30 days? Hell yeah. Right? Well, can you get results in 30 days? Absolutely. Will it be ideal? No, it will not. You will be fumbling, you will be learning, you will be crafting that system the way you want it. I didn't answer your question. You will get through that 250, and ultimately that list is going to like you'll take people off and you'll put new people on. And one way I've updated my system is by actually using some marketing technology. And I have a little teeny tiny automated list where I am constantly dripping on people.
Hmm.
What's new with you?
Oh,
How
your
are you
referral
doing?
list, your referral group you're talking about.
For my
Okay.
little referral group. These are
Yeah.
people, and I have a very embarrassing thing to share. I don't know if we have time. It's like so embarrassing, but um, I had met this guy. We had a conversation. We're from the same part of the world, blah, blah, blah. We connected. We even had a Zoom meeting for an hour. 6 months go by. I'm across, I'm at having coffee with a friend of mine who is in the, I don't know, equity buying, selling business.
Right.
And I'm like, holy crap, I know this guy who's looking to buy a manufacturing company. Could not remember his name. I remembered everything, Dave. I remembered where he was from and
Yeah.
what he was doing and all the things. I could not remember his name. It took me 2 hours when I came home to find this Zoom meeting, to find this thing. I'm like, that's embarrassing. Ivana, that is so embarrassing. Shame on you. And I started creating this, started systematizing my little referral list of these are people I don't
Yes.
want to forget about, nor
Right.
do I want them to forget about me. There's no requirement. You could be on the list. You could
Mhm.
ignore every single email. You could write, say, hey, this is the podcast I'm promoting this week. And I'm like, thank you. It's just a way to pop in that inbox to rekindle that. And I often hear how folks are doing, what's new with them. I try to promote them
And
when
how
I
often do
can.
you drip out on folks? And is it like a mass email or is it
It
individualized?
is a teeny tiny list of like 25 people at this
Yeah.
point.
Okay, well, so that brings up a good point. So you started with 250. at the end of the day, we do not expect to have 250 vibrant, active referral partners out of this. You're talking about 25. People might go, wow, that's a lot of work to get 20. That's huge. 25 people who keep you top of mind. And anytime a conversation comes up that relates to you, you're the first person they
Exactly. These
refer.
are 25 people, and understand I'm like at a different part of my life right now, so
Yeah.
that's important too, right? But these are 25 people with whom I've had this conversation. They know exactly the kind of work that I'm doing, what I'm interested in doing, and so on and so forth. And this list is like way pared down.
Yeah.
So I might choose to expand the list. Like, the sequence is going to end at some point, and then I'm going to make a decision. Do I want to keep them on? Do I want to take them off? Do I want to add new people on? I just talking to, I realized like, hey, there was a couple people I don't think they're on that list, and I think they should be.
Exactly. Okay, cool. So that was the question was, oh no, the question was roughly how many people end up in each bucket. That doesn't really matter. I guess the question might be, Ivana, have you helped other people implement this referral thing in their own businesses?
I actually have, and so much so, right, as you can imagine, I just gave you the system. I have an
Yeah.
online course that does this, and you'll find that on the website at DIYmarketers.com. But
Mhm.
here is the thing. It's not clearly, I just gave you the process. Anyone can do it. You can just leave
Mhm.
this podcast and do this right now. That is
Well,
not the
it's like
challenge.
anybody can lose weight. It's eat less, exercise more. Do we do it? No.
No, and that's when I had first gone through this system myself, uh it was like a 6 week escapade
I would
once a
imagine.
week, and where we had, so the first week was we're going to work on referral guidelines, the next week was we're going to do this, did you call people, what happened, how did
Mhm.
it work, blah blah blah. So there is something about that phased learning, spaced repetition that kept you accountable, that says this is what I'm doing right now, because I
Right.
promise you, I haven't run this system in a while. I've Because I was busy doing other things and because it worked.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. You got busy and you forgot to do what was working. It happens to me all the time. Yeah.
Right, exactly. There was I had stepped away from consulting, and because I was doing online publishing and influencer campaigns and all these different things, and I'm still doing that, but now it's a machine. So
Mhm.
now I have freed up some time for certain kinds of projects. So you can see, so now I'm sort of bringing it back a little bit. But even I know that being self-motivated is difficult. It was a lot easier when I was in that course, right? Because like every
Yeah.
week you had to report what you did.
Very, very cool. Donna, time flies when we're having fun. You talked a little bit about your website. Give us a brief overview of of what you do and who your ideal clientele is.
Sure. So my online magazine is DIYmarketers.com. When you go there, you're going to find all kinds of low cost marketing advice to help you do marketing on $17 a day. My goal is to do less marketing so you can make more money. Now, my ideal customers right now are small business owners who are having like a simple challenge. I do something that are called fix it sessions, and you will see that on the website that I feature it on. I also have a store on there. It's under services, and you see all the fix it sessions. It's so easy, Dave, right? You fill out the form, you schedule your session, you pay your $150, and in less than 24 hours, I give you answers, advice, and sometimes I might even do it for you, depending on what the question is. So it's super easy offer. People just love it. People who have been through the process absolutely love it. And that's what you'll find.
So when you say small business owners, does that include coaches, consultants, advisors? Because that's our
Absolutely.
game. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like a really good example of one is I had it wasn't, she was kind of a coach, but she has like an IT type of company.
Mhm.
And she's like, I used to get all these downloads. I used to have all this stuff and like it's not working. So she sends me her website and I do an analysis and I'm like, well, really help if you had this like little button here that says schedule your
Yeah.
session or whatever. And she's like, oh my God, I thought there was a button, but there's not a button. You know, it,
Simple stuff. Yeah.
it's
Second
often
set of eyes
really,
looking at things.
this is what it is. You guys are smart people, sometimes I do. I need someone else to take a look and say, wow, this is missing.
Exactly. What's that website one more time, Ivana?
DIYmarketers.com. Do it yourself, marketers.com, because we're a community.
Awesome, Ivana. Thanks so much for being on the show and sharing such great insights into getting referrals. That was really helpful.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, everybody. Take care. See you on the next one. To the High Ticket Success Podcast. Want to be featured? Share your story and inspire other premium coaches, consultants, and advisors? Apply now at highticketsuccesspodcast.com/guest.